In this tutorial, we continue learning basic sketching in Solidworks. We will make the part as shown on the left hand side of your screen. It is a revolved part formed by revolving the sketch as seen in the front, a sectional front view. The sectional front view is as shown on the right hand side of your screen with necessary dimensions needed for making this part. It comprises of an outer contour made up of lines. Thus, it is just the line sketching entity which is required to make the sketch. We start with the new file. We have the standard toolbar. We select new, pick up the part file and say OK. Maximize the window. We start with the front plane from the feature manager. Turn on the sketching mode by either selecting it from here or from the sketch toolbar, sketch. We have the origin in the center of your screen with the X along the horizontal and the Y axis along the vertical. We try to make the outer contour of the sketch as shown in the front, sectional front view. We go over sketch toolbar, select line. We start with the origin, continue making a horizontal line towards the right. We move upward in a vertical direction. We move horizontally onto the left, vertically upwards, move out in a horizontal manner to the right, zoom out a little to accommodate the portion on top of the sketch. You have the roller on the mouse which can be rolled forward to zoom out. Make a vertical line, continue further to the left in a horizontal manner, coming down by the same height. We are making use of the inference lines to come down by the same height. Move inward along a horizontal line towards the sketch, coming down vertically by the same height, moving towards the left to drop a point right above the origin. Make use of the inference line, and then finally close the outer contour by dropping the last point on the origin. You may click somewhere on the screen and say select to move out of the line command. You may adjust these lines to get the shape as was seen in the sectional front view. We'll get it to the true size and true shape when you assign dimensions and relations, so do not worry much about the overall shape. As long as it resembles the sketch in the front view, it is fine. This is one way of making the sketch. An alternate method to make the sketch is to make use of symmetry. This particular sketch is symmetric about a center axis in the middle. So let us try to also have a look at that before we move on to revolve the sketch. So let me make it in another file. I go over the new document under standard toolbar, we have part file, say OK. Select the front plane, turn on the sketching mode, drop an axis line, center line, passing through the origin vertically in a vertical manner. You have the line under sketch toolbar. You start with the origin, making a horizontal line, moving upward in a vertical direction, moving inward along a horizontal line, go up along a vertical line to the right as a horizontal line, and then slightly above in a vertical direction, and then a last point on the center line. This is one half of the sketch. The rest of it will be mirrored on the other side using a mirror entities tool that we have under sketch toolbar, mirror entities. We have this point. Let us clear selection. You may add the lines to be mirrored on the other side of the axis by picking them individually. They get listed here, or you may create a selection window by dragging the clicking on the mouse, dragging around the screen to create a window, and select all the entities that you wish to mirror on the other side of the axis. So we keep the copy checked and mirror about. Select the mirror about option and place in there the center line. You have line number 1 as the axis about which it gets mirrored. You have the preview in yellow. Accept this. Say OK. You may constrain it by giving the necessary dimensions, smart dimension under sketch toolbar. We pick up the line at the bottom here. This is a dimension 20. Distance between the two vertical lines above that 10. Zooming in and out. You have the horizontal distance on the top there as 50. The height as 5. You have the height in the middle as, let me cancel this, zoom in a little to pick up the line, and then add this as 25. You have the sketch getting distorted. You may hold the underdefined lines and drag it above the origin to get back to the previous shape. Click on smart dimension again and select the bottommost line, the line on the top here. Assign it a height of 20. Zooming out a little to get the whole sketch in the screen. You have now the fully defined sketch with the necessary dimensions and relations added to your sectional front view. Accept this. You may revolve this particular sketch around an axis to get the revolved part, and for which we need an axis. So the axis could be a solid line here, or you can put in another center line at the bottom about which you're going to revolve it. So we have this as a secondary axis line or center line about which the whole sketch is to be revolved around. We go to features, select revolve boss base. Axis of revolution is the first selection. Since there are two axis lines in here, center lines, you need to identify which one is to be assigned for axis of revolution. If it's only one, it gets automatically detected and it's listed here. So let's pick up the horizontal axis line. Since there is a closed contour, the entire closed contour revolves around that axis. You have it going around 360 degree. You can have it say about 90 degree, and then the rotation direction, you have it on the opposite side. You can keep increasing this angle to revolve the sketch around the horizontal axis. We have this all over 360 degree. So let me type in the 360 and accept this. Say OK. You may rotate the path to have a look at it from different angles. This can be done by clicking on the right clicking on the mouse and say rotate view. Right click, select, or you may simply press the roller on the mouse. Keep it pressed while you move your mouse around to have a look at it from different sides. Alternatively, you can go to view orientation, make it isometric. That completes your basic sketching 2 in SolidWorks.